Alright, so Final Kombat has happened, and everyone's starting to do the tier list, so I thought I would just get into mine. I have the main characters, and I also have the cameos as well. So we're just going to be adding on, like, characters, and then the cameo that goes with it, so it's going to look like that, right? That's the simplest way to put it. So, S plus is obviously going to be my top 5. This is how I always do tier lists, by the way. S plus is top 5, S is top 6 to 10, A is just very good, like they are very good characters, very solid, and B is average, like obviously the worst characters, but I don't think anyone is bad in this game. I think everyone is at least average. But yeah, let's get into it now. So, at the top of S plus, obviously, as we all saw during Final Kombat, we had Johnny Cage and, where is he, Peacemaker as top 1 and 2. Johnny being the best, purely because it was a double Johnny Grand Finals. Obviously, you got Johnny Chameleon and Peacemaker with Kano. I don't think that's any surprise to like anyone about these two being the strongest characters in the game. They're just insane in and of themselves, and just play a completely different game to what everyone else is playing. Like, they are the best two characters in this game. Alright, getting into number 3, we're gonna have... I think we're gonna have Sindel here. Sindel just is still running amok. Forward 1, down 3, her overhead. The hard to blockables that she's still doing with Lao because she gets the cameo buff, which regenerates faster. And speaking of which, I think that Lao is still probably her best cameo. So that's probably like the 3rd best team in the game. Number 4, I'm actually going to put Liu Kang with Lao cameo. I still believe that this is a better team than Liu Chameleon, because you always have that strike for a game. And if you tech OS, if you like, forward 4 becomes an auto shimmy and it's confirmable into 40%, into like, it's like 40% into Oki for another strike throw mix-up, and it's cooked. This team does bad damage. Sure, he doesn't have any mix to open you up, but like neither does Johnny, Peacemaker, or Sindel, apart from the hard to blockers with Sindel. This is just pure strike throw, and I think that he does play it the best in the game. Number 5, I'm gonna have is Tanya as well. Tanya with Goro. We all know what this team is doing. This team is just running amok still. It probably should be a bit higher, but it wasn't actually showcased at Final Kombat very much. So there must be something wrong with it that we're not all seeing. That all like the top player levels are, but I fully believe that Tanya is still a top 5 character because she still has the best mid in the game, which only Johnny can punish. And yeah, armored launch into Goro. She doesn't get that much damage, thank God, but her neutral is crazy, and her projectile is really good, air projectile is really good, and the buff that she gets as well, like the guidance, yeah, that's just broken. So that's my top 5, probably no surprise to anyone. They're all very good characters. Now, top 6 to 10. I think I want to put Kenshi there. Kenshi with Cyrax. This team is still mad good. I mean, he has the best win condition in the game. Just get one touch, or you can even just do it on block with Cyrax. Just get one touch into Sento, and then one mix into the sandwich, and then rinse repeat until the opponent is done. Sure, that sounds a lot easier on paper than it does than in practice, because Kenshi actually does have bad matchups. He does struggle a fair bit against some of the cast. But those matchups that he goes in and plays, he dominates. He just absolutely dominates them. So, yeah, anyone with like good armor, like Tanya, Goro, Peacemaker, Kano, Johnny, Chameleon, they all kind of just really shit on Kenshi. They really just shit on him. Alright, number 7. This might be a bit controversial. Where is he? I'm gonna put Rain. This character, man. They buffed him, and he was already good. He has a double hitting overhead that launches and is safe on block, but you can also cancel that overhead into a throw, and get throw combos with Janet, who I believe is probably his best cameo. Also get armor launches with Janet. You also get a confirmable low into big damage. His Rain God is really good. The water bubble is really good. His zoning is okay, but hit that back 3, man. That back 3 is the best button in the game, I swear to God. That shit will snipe you from like half the screen, and I'm so sick of getting hit by fucking back 3 from Rain. And he does that into massive damage with Janet. I haven't tested it since the buffs, or since the nerfs, sorry, to Janet. But I'm sure that it's still very good. And then you get like toilet setups. It's so fucking strong. Now, number 8. Who should I put as number 8? Oh, Ashura. Ashura with Chameleon. We all saw this team win LCQ. This team is like the most dominant team in our region. There are plenty of Ashura Chameleon players, and it is just super solid. Like, you get hit confirmable mix, you get safe. I believe it's like a plus on block launcher with forward 3 into like her projectile, which can also combo with the Melina size into huge damage. Her armor is like the best in the game because it's not punishable and it has 5 hits, so you can't break it. And also her Dark Stance flash parry. Once she's in Dark Stance, she's actually a much more scary character. Now that people are starting to explore it, it's it's not looking real good. It's not looking real good at all. For number 9, it's gonna be out of these 3 characters, to be honest. I think I might put Ermac there. Ermac is my favorite character right now. One of the most fun characters in the game. His cancels are just, they're so much fun. They're so clean. He gets big damage with Janet, throw combos, everything ends in Oki, and he's just like, his overhead as well, it's reactable, but you have to be a constant lookout for it. His throw is the weirdest throw in the game, and he gets a combo from it with Janet into like a safe jump setup, which breaks everyone's armor but Ashura and Johnny. Yeah, obviously gotta keep your eyes out for the overhead and like watch that noggin. And also his 1-2-3 is one of the best shimmies in the game, which can be confirmed with a cancel as well. Or if you just let the 1-2-3 grab rip, you can also extend with Janet into a safe jump, into more armor break setups. And in the corner, he does so much damage. Full screen fatal blow that destroys the projectiles as well. It's not too fast, but it's fast enough. And yeah, like, I highly rate him. I honestly like think he could be a bit higher, but these characters are just better than him. They're just better than him. I think the only thing that holds him back is like having a high armor, and his mid, while it has good range, it is a bit slow on 14 frames. Could be a bit faster, but those are the only downsides. Apart from that, he is a perfect character. And like Johnny and Peacemaker, I don't really think he's playing Mortal Kombat 1. He's playing like a different game, like MKX-ish. But yeah, fits into this game really well, and he should be the standard that other characters should be. And like, while Rain is a cancel character as well, I do believe that he just has better tools and everything than Ermac. But yeah, that's where I think Ermac sits. Yeah, number 10, fuck this. I'm gonna put Kung Lao Goro, or even Kung Lao Janet, Kung Lao Sonya, Kung Lao Chameleon. I'm sure it works really good. Kung Lao Movado as well is also a really good team. Just back forward 2, and people say just block it and just wait to take your turn back. You can only like be patient for so long in this game with like 90-second rounds, and the way that this guy plays neutral at full screen with his hats can be really annoying. It's amplified even more with Sonya, but yeah, very, very good, very high damage. 18 frame overhead as well. It's unreactable into big damage and can be plus on block with Goro. And look, his only weakness is he's a bit stubby, and he's not really good without meter. But you build up meter so fast in this game, like that's such a dog shit argument, to be honest. So yeah, that's my top 10 there. That's my top 10. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay, moving on to A tier. So I don't really have an order for this tier, so it's not going to be ordered as much. But everyone in this tier is like as good as each other and is viable. So I'm just going to list off of 2 that I know go here. Katana with Chameleon. As we all saw, Faisal, my Habibi, the GOAT, got 4th at Final Combat with this team, also using Peacemaker Chain as well, but primarily Katana. She doesn't really have any weaknesses. She has a good full screen game, a good up close game, and a very good runaway game as well. Like, she is just the perfect character, but there's just something about her that just lacks. She doesn't have as much dirt as everyone else, and I think that's what holds her back. Is that she's a very honest, footsie-based character that is really good up close and really good full screen. Just a super solid character, and like Ermac, is just the perfect character, but they just don't have the dirt. Ermac's got a bit more dirt than Katana, but they are both just like super solid, fun characters, and both my mains as well. Alright. Another one that's going to go here is going to be Melina. I've been struggling for ages to think of who's better than these two, and they're just as good as each other. Melina's much better up close, and her only weakness really is the 1-2, the mind game off of that, but that kind of goes out the window with having Chameleon at the end. She's got a 7-frame air ball roll that can launch. She can launch off of her overhead with Katana cameo, like Chameleon Katana, and gets mixed combos as well with like stand 1 into enhanced low side with Katana and with Melina cameo, and then of course like if you hit a random J Glaive from full screen, you're just gonna go into ball roll, into big damage, into like setups, and she hits like a truck as well, man. I'm not sure if you've seen some combos by like Noogie or even Violets, but man, she hits like a fucking truck, and I hate playing against her. But she's really good. She's a super solid character. Hey, Headliner, cheers for the follow, mate. I appreciate that. Alright. Moving along. Who are we going to have next? It is going to be the R word, Raiden. I'm not sure who is the best cameo with Raiden now. I still see some people running Kano. If Cyrax was back to his former self, it would probably still be Cyrax, but he also works really well with Chameleon. I don't have much to say about him, apart from that I hate him because I got Storm Cell to death, that I think it actually fried my brain cells, IRL. But he's just a super solid character. Like, since Storm Cell got normalized, I think he's just a solid character now. But he can be played with a bunch of different cameos that haven't really been explored yet. And he still shits damage. You know, Storm Cell is a really good chip out tool still. And even like having with Kano, like you still got the same game plan, but you're just not plus. You're just safe. And I think that's still really good. He's still got a plus on block jab string. He's still got forward 4. He's still got forward 2, forward 3, stand 3. Like, yeah, dude's just a menace still, but he's calmed down a lot now. Thank God, because I was over the fucking Raiden meta, to be honest. I hated it. I hated it so much. Alright, this might be a bit controversial, but I actually think that Reiko is like not top 10. Dude is just like, I don't know, like I just don't struggle against Reiko. What's his best cameo? Where is he? Tremor. First time, and probably the only time that we'll see Tremor on this tier list. Yeah, like, you know, he's got good projectiles. He's really scary up close, but people just tend to play the projectile game with him. Obviously, command grab combos into huge damage. Yeah, just shits out damage as well. But he's just got a really good up close game. But I feel like, in my experience personally, he's really not that scary. Like, you just block one thing and then you just continue pressure. But that's his thing, right? He either mixes you with overhead, low, command grab, plus frames. But yeah, like once he's at that like mid-range, I feel like he does struggle a bit, although he probably does have one of the best projectiles in the game. And yeah, like, Janet as well is a really good cameo for him because of command grab combos, but Tremor is where the damage is, and I think Reiko with 1100 health, that's what really, that's the best version of him, I think that's the best version of him. Alright, moving on. Yeah, we're gonna have Baraka. Baraka Kano, I believe, is the meta still. I was actually playing Baraka Cyrax a lot when he got reverted back for those couple of weeks, and honestly, he would probably be here. I don't know, somewhere up there. But since Cyrax got nerfed, he's down there. He's got every single tool that you want in the game. He's got a launching safe overhead. He's got a weird mid-string that shimmies people still to this day, or like almost 1 year after release. With back 3. Stand 2 is a godlike button. Back 1 is a godlike button. He also got throw combos with Cyrax as well, but you don't really get that with Kano. You just get safe jump setups, which is still really, really good. But obviously, like, cashing out on damage is really nice. He's just a super solid character, plays the chip game very well, and he is actually lots of fun. Spreading Tarkat is a fun thing, especially after going through COVID. You get to spread something deadlier virtually, and I like that. To be honest, I like that. As fucked up as that sounds. Alright, okay, who we have next? Okay, we're starting to get a bit slower here. I think that Xiao's up here, and Chameleon is probably his best cameo. Just getting all the mix in the world, and getting the axe down just makes him such a better character. He's just, yeah, his full screen game isn't really that good, but once he gets one touch and the axe is down, or you can even get the axe out on block with a couple of cameos like the Kano and what's the other one? I can't really remember. But he got the axe down with a few. Oh, Striker. It was when Striker was a thing. He's definitely a much more of a menace when he is axeless, but the fact that he has to get his axe down and axeless stance doesn't even last that long, I think is what holds him back. And he just gets mashed on a lot. He's got an overhead and low, but they're both very unsafe and like high committal if you're going for the combos anyway. But yeah, super solid character. Could be a bit higher on the tier list, I don't know. But yeah, me personally, I don't struggle too much against Xiao, so I wouldn't really know. Next up, we are going to have Bomni Man. Bomni Man. What is he, like the worst guest character so far? But I think he's still really fun. He works really well with Janet, he works really well with Jax. I think the meta with him still is Kung Lao, because you got that armor breaking forward 3 into low hat, which you can combo off, which is very good. Obviously his anti-zoning game is pretty good. He's got the parry, which is also really good. Plus frames for days, but I think he just struggles because there's a lot of gaps in his stuff. But he does have that gapless mid launcher, like that string 4-4-1. That is very good, but yeah, he just struggles a bit kind of in neutral, like trying to get in. His projectile is really good, but you need to enhance it for it to do anything. One of the fastest in the game. But yeah, he's okay. He's okay. I like where he's at. Like, he's definitely a fun character, and people are doing fun stuff with him with Jax and Darius. Also with Sonya, he's really good as well, because he just does that, like, he sets up a projectile from full screen and just does the dive bomb, and then Omni-Man is playing the game. But when you don't have a cameo that does that, and you are trying to get in playing just neutral, it is a bit harder, especially with characters that have a lot more range. But yeah, he's still very good. Still very good. Still a menace. I'm just glad that he's not getting hated on as much as he was when he was released, because everyone fucking hated him. Alright, next up, I'm gonna have Quan. I don't know who the best cameo for Quan is. I'm just gonna go by what Lemon Lad says, and even after like the Chameleon nerf, even though he's an 850 health character with Chameleon, he's still he's a menace, man. Playing against this character is such a fucking headache, and to be honest, I hate it. I hate it. I hate playing against him, but I think he is fair with the health that he does have, because otherwise you would never be able to get in on him and make it hurt. He is that sort of character where if you are playing him up close, you just die because he has some of the worst defense in the game with the slowest buttons. But his whole game plan is to keep you out with that green portal and the bone cage, and don't get me started on the armor portal, man. Like, that shit is so annoying. And with Chameleon, when you're in the armor portal, he gets true mix-ups as well. Like true safe mix-ups where if you try to punish him, he can just punish you because armor. And that stand 4 is That's godlike, man. That stand 4 is fucking godlike. It's really, really fucking good. It's really good. Super solid character. If he had more health, he would probably be like S tier, but because he's just because he's got a little less health, I think he's down here. But still, like, very good. And remember, this list, this isn't ordered here either. These are probably just about as good as each other. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make another tier. Fuck it. So, okay, this is just gonna be good. Alright, and this one's gonna be average. Alright. So yeah, I think each one of these characters can be swapped around at any single point because they are all just as good as each other. They're all just as good as each other. Oh wait, I fucked that up. You go C. Average. Alright. Okay, getting into the good tier now. I think that Lee May is here. What's her best cameo? Would it be Movado, Chameleon? No, it's Janet, right? It's Janet. Because you get throw combos, you get 6-frame reversal combos, you get huge damage. Man, this character should be in very good. Now that I'm listing like the pros of Lee May, on paper she is a fucking really good character. But she just struggles because she's so stubby and has lots of gaps. And her projectile is always a high. She's a true 50-50 character, like with the EX dive kick into like that launches, which is unsafe on flawless block, but you can't react to it, it's a guess. And she's also got the forward 4 as well. Yeah, I think that she's just good. I think if people start to explore her a bit more and get consistent with the poke punishes, like the down 1 punishes with down back 3, then she would probably be in like S tier. But we still haven't seen that from any of the top players that play her. We still just haven't seen it. Anyway, moving on. Another character that I think is in good tier is... Oh, wait. No. Yeah, it's gonna be Sub-Zero. Actually, you know what? Fuck this. Nah, this character is very good, bro. I don't want to hear any more fucking Sub-Zero downplay. I don't want to hear it. This character is very good. If you think that he is bad, you are just bad in of yourself. His clone is really good. It's not meant to be used on block, so stop using it on block. He's got the ice puddle for good chip damage. His back forward 2 is a very good like neutral tool. That mid like ice punch. His ice ball is slow, yes. But who wants a fucking fast ice ball that easily trades with every other projectile? It should be slow. You should find another way to combo into it. He has the best down 1 in the game. His stand 2 is really fucking good. And with Chameleon, he just becomes a 50-50 character. With Melina, you get a mix off of like nearly every single string. With Katana, you get throw combos, and with Jade, you get glaive. Like, that's all you really need. This character is good, stop downplaying. Okay, we'll go back into good tier. We're gonna put Scorpion here. I think that Scorp Cam is probably the best team right now. He's just a very good footsie character, a very good runaway character. He's not the best up close, and that's not how you should be playing him. Like, look at Javier, for instance. Javier is the best Scorpion in the world, made it to Final Combat with just Scorpion, a Scorpion loyalist. And he got there using this character that people think is like down here. But really, Scorpion is here. He shits damage every touch that he gets. Full screen spear is punishable by everyone as well, and it's a fucking launcher. Like meterless launcher in this game too. He's just very good, and he's got that double hitting mid string now that people have been wanting for so long. And with Janet, you can stand off that. With Movado as well, you can just auto hit confirm it. But the only thing holding him back is that up close, his game really isn't that great, and he does have a lot of gaps, unfortunately. But is a very good character, or a good character according to my tiers. All right. Moving along in good. I'm gonna put Reptile here. Who's Reptile's best cameo? It's probably Janet now, right? Getting throw combos, getting invisibility setups. not sure if you get armor combos. It is kind of awkward to combo from his death roll. His stupid crocodile lunge. This character shits out damage. Force balls are a good neutral tool. The only issue is they have so much recovery and can get punished by everyone if you read it. He has one of the best buttons in the game in back 3, but that is just littered with gaps in it, which tends to be the story between like these characters here and the rest of them, is that they're just littered with gaps. And like he's I've always said this because I actually mained Reptile day 1. If you guys have been a long time viewer of the channel, I actually mained this character day 1 with Scorpion cameo as well. And I said, like, he would be the best character in Mortal Kombat 11 if he was in that game. But in this game, he's just whatever. So he's playing the old game. He's playing MK11 and not MK1. And I think that's where he falls short. And he just dies to flawless blocks as well. Like, I can't think of another character that dies to flawless blocks like Reptile does. It's ridiculous. Like, his only safe special move, which is the EX dash, can just be flawless blocks. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, whatever. He's still a good character though. Good neutral game. High damage. When he's invisible, he is a bit more of a menace, but his invisibility isn't as good as this next character, which is going to be Smoke. I'm not sure who Smoke's best cameo is. I've seen a lot of people play Goro with him lately. I've seen people play Chameleon, Lau, Movado. He is one of the characters that could honestly play any single cameo in the game and be okay. Like Sector as well, Sub-Zero. But I think for the sake of this tier list, like, it's just gonna have to be Chameleon, right? It's gonna have to be Chameleon. If Cyrax was how he was, you know, RIP my mans, then he would probably be like in very good, but even with Chameleon, he's just down here, like, dude has, like, you know, like everyone else in the good tier, just has gaps, up block gaps. His armor is one of the slowest in the game and very punishable. You can literally hit him out of it. If he does a smoke bomb over your head, you can just hit him out of it. You can just air to air him and he just dies for it. That's why people are running Goro now, because you can just do that safely. But I think Chameleon still is best because it just turns into a mix-up. It just turns into a mix-up machine. And but once he does get that hit though, he shits a lot of damage. He fucking shits damage. But unfortunately, just isn't in the best spot right now. I would love to see some smoke buffs. I know saying that would probably get me hung, but yeah, this character it needs a bit of help. It needs a bit of help. Help my boy. Alright, getting into the next character, I think it would have to be Geras. No, fuck that. It's gonna be Havoc. Havoc Movado is one of the most ridiculous teams in this game. I swear to God, like, comboing off Sweet, you get back 2-2 combos, which is a mix-up. You can go back 2-2-4, I think it is, into Movado, or back 2-2 grab into Movado. He's got plus frames all over the place. His projectile game is weird in the sense that I don't really know what's going on. He gets free throws as well with his EX projectile. That's a free like 10%, I think. But apart from that, like, he just struggles not having a fast mid. His forward 4 is also really good, but it's not hit confirmable, and you can actually punish forward 4 into the blood ball. Because there's a huge gap there. He does have some of the highest health in the game, but with Movado it does bring it down. But I think the trade-off is very, very good. I think that trade-off is in Havoc's favor, being an 1100, being a 1000 health character with a cameo that just auto-hit confirms everything for you. He's not like terrible, that's why he's in the good tier. But yeah, I think that's where Havoc sits. So we're gonna get into average now. I think we are gonna put Geras there. I think Geras with Lau is still probably the best. I believe that's what Gur was playing at LCQ. Obviously Gur made it to Grand Finals using this team. Very, very talented Geras loyalist since MK11. But man, he was working hard. He was working so fucking hard against all the Peacemakers, all the Kenshis, all the Ashuras. Unfortunately, fell down to an Usher, but yeah, the dude just like since Lao got nerfed, he's just not the same. The only good thing about him is the only two good things about him are his command grabs and the rewind snap or the launching snap. I don't know the difference between them, if they're like a different input or whatever. But once he's got his hourglasses fully charged, I think he's a really good character, could like move up. But the fact that he needs to build them up and that you can actually see them now is a bit of a pain in the ass for Gearus, because that was always like his thing, like, oh, you don't know how many hourglasses he has if he's not just spending meter on them. So that was inherently a nerf to Gearus. And with Lao just gives him good neutral, I think. Also works really well with Motaro. And those two cameos, like Lao and Motaro with their teleports, actually give him huge meatless damage. But that's just not enough to save him, I don't think. That's not enough to save him. Next character, we're gonna have Natara. Oh yeah, Chameleon, of course. Chameleon is like the best cameo for Natara. But she still struggles, man. Like, I feel like playing against Natara, I'm just not terrified at all. She starts off the game with 900 health. It's gonna be 850 now if people are running Chameleon with her. But I'm just not scared at all. Like, this character just has nothing going for her. She has no good mids. She's unsafe all the time. Like, her health regeneration, which is meant to be the reason why she has low health, is not even that good. The only good thing about her is that she just shits out damage. She just shoots out damage, and with Melina cameo, she just gets more damage. She gets meatless damage with fan lift, and of course, actually gets projectile with glaive. But yeah, like, there's nothing redeeming about her apart from her damage. That's about it. Sorry, Natara, you need help. You need help. Okay, I know that I have two characters here left, but I'm not actually going to put Homelander anywhere because he is actually still fucking bugged. So the worst character in the game, of course, is going to be Shang. The character that I mained for like 6 months, his best cameo is Chameleon. Someone just needs to fucking help this dude. Someone just needs to help this dude. Like, he has no offense. His zoning is arse. The only redeemable thing about him, like Natara, is just his damage. And then, like, I actually think that he works really well against Kenshi. Because if you use Shang with the Sub-Zero cameo against Kenshi, I think it's actually in Shang's favor. But apart from that, like, nothing else redeeming. Nothing else redeeming at all. Spikes are shit, they're unsafe. His Claw is good with the Goro cameo. Actually, Goro might be his best cameo. But then again, you're just playing a 950 health character with no real offense. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Unfortunate. His overhead's good, but that's about it. His overhead is okay. His mid string is shit because you can easily flawless block it. Like, I can hand the controller to my brother who's played the game for maybe like 5 hours and he can flawless block every single hit of Shang string, like his mid string. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be my tier list. I will add another one. Bugged. Fix. NRS. Hurry up. Yeah. And I think Homelander probably with Janet. But yeah, he's just bugged. Like, until he gets all of his shit fixed, like the screen still shakes a lot against him. I've found, like, I played against the Homelander today, and I was like getting motion sick. And his flight, like his air dash into the launcher is still bugged. It's still safe if you just mash. Fix NRS, hurry up, that's all I have to say. But yeah, that's my tier list. I want to know what all you guys think, so make sure to yell at me because I'm wrong about your favorite character. But guess what? I don't fucking care. I don't care.